guys ready to have some fun this afternoon? Yeah. Oh, that was good. They called me an ant because I was an ant as of 2:10 this morning, ladies and gentlemen. So, boy, I'm wide awake. A little bit more coffee in me. It was pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. I saw the whole thing. It was intense. So now I'm going to go nap. Anyway, this is wonderful. We're gathered here, and we're all having nachos. So it's a good day. It's nice to see. We want to welcome you. We have a great show planned for you tonight. Headlining is a gentleman who comes to us from Los Angeles. He is a writer for many, many, many television shows, including the Byron Allen Show. And he writes a lot for Jay Leno. Very funny guy. Let's welcome up later on tonight. Steve Bruner will be with us. Let's hear it for Steve Bruner. Also coming up later on this afternoon, I said tonight earlier, I'm sorry, is a very wacky guy who's making his first appearances with us this week. You guys are going to love him. Let's welcome up later on tonight. Justin Shipman is with us. Let's hear it for Justin. And you guys came in and you're going to have a bonus act today, so that's pretty cool. But our regular opener this week is a very funny guy as well out of San Francisco. Let's welcome up later on tonight. Mike Welch will be with us. Let's hear it for Mike Welch. Because I'm very tired. Not only am I very tired because of this baby thing, I'm very tired because I've not been sleeping well. I had a terrible nightmare the other night that I became a skate worker. I woke up, I was wearing a dress with tennis shoes. And I had to drive here tonight, and oh man, I'm like so bad driving when I'm tired. I'm doing everything to keep myself awake. I turn up the radio real loud, slap myself on the face, and then roll down the window and start doing this thing out the window. We all do this, ladies and gentlemen. Then we'll get behind a car that's doing this and we'll go, what the hell are they doing? Anyway, I can't seem to keep myself awake, so I kind of just start to run over things. It's like, no problem, just a pile of grass. Wearing a reflective collar. No problem. It's nice. I've been doing a lot of traveling too, so it's nice to be back here in Sacramento, the sports capital of the world. Not only do we have the fabulous Sacramento Kings, we now have the Sacramento Surge, so damn it, doesn't it make you feel good? Surge. I just name it shit, we can't get a baseball team. I think like a Polish gang would be wearing like Sacramento Kings jackets. No, I don't know why the hell I said that. Lack of sleep, I suppose. I don't know. But this is nice. Is anyone celebrating anything that they want to share with their fellow employees today? Because we normally do this here at Laughs Unlimited. Anyone else want to say anything before we get the show underway, damn it? Anyone? Thank you. You know, I was feeling that too, sir. It's nice to know that a big, expensive, highly, looked after corporation can actually make fart sounds. That's what I really like. That's good. Can anyone do the under the armpit thing? Can they do that? That was very funny, sir. And it covered up because I actually had to fart, so that was good. Love those front row seats. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, a couple things before we get into the show. Let me tell you, first of all, please, if you can, take care of the waitstaff tonight, because I told them they got to come in and watch a movie today, and they're working, so they're really ticked off at me. And please have fun, eat the nachos. If you want something more than the nachos, ask them. We might be able to get you something else. And please enjoy, drink up, have fun. Other than that, we're going to jump into the show right now. You guys ready for some comedy this afternoon? How about this table right over here? You guys ready? You guys ready right there? Yes. You must be like a boss or something. Please commence with the comedy. Alrighty. You guys are in for a treat. This next gentleman, he's so important I have to read his intro. You guys are gonna know him. This is we'll start it off with a guy you all know, and some of you might like. At least before today. Let's put our hands together for the one, the only, Dave Brannam, ladies and gentlemen. The one, the only, Dave Brannam. Come on, David.
Hi. Hi, Dave. So, I'm Dave Brannam. I work in Flashcard Systems Group, for those of you that don't know me. Hey, when you go to the movies, do you talk back to the screen? That's my real job. I just do this for fun. I've been doing stand-up comedy now for about 2 years. My first time was 2 years ago. This is my second time. So bear with me, huh? I was a little bit worried about coming here and as a product engineer and making jokes about all you designers. Because, you know, we work in different departments, and you might hate me from now on, but that's okay, because we already got the tape out on the ASIC chips for the memory card too, so what the hell. I got at least a year before I have to worry about you guys again. Besides that, it's Judy's fault, wherever she is, because she asked me to come here. So, with that out of the way, since the last time I was here, my wife and I had 2 more kids, believe it or not, twin boys. Thank you very much. Seems like we started a trend, though. Both the Weisensteins and the Morthys are expecting twins also. All of us are manufacturing guys. We believe in batch processing. There's been quite a few babies born in design also, but they're all singles. You guys really don't know about cost reduction yet. But, so, the Browns had a little boy last year, and then the Bakers just had a baby, 11 weeks ago, I guess, a little girl. But it seems like designers are naturally able to handle labor and the whole birthing process better than anybody else, because it seems a lot like tape out to me. I mean, you think about it. You got a customer out there, and he impregnates some marketing guy with an idea. Marketing brings it back into the factory, and design nurtures it and builds it for 9 months until tape out. For the last 2 weeks, you walk around FM3, and all you see is designers sitting in their office going, looks a lot like a woman in labor to me. And then you finally tape it out, it's usually a couple weeks late. So you'd be on Art Kramer to hurry up and get that design to fab. Sharif knows a lot about tape out. He's got one coming up here, a week and a half or so. The 4 meg. Now there's a head turner, huh? We got an 8 meg, so let's do a 4 meg. Hey! And after that, we'll do a 2 meg. A couple more years of this, we'll be back down to 64K. Hey! Oh boy, we are really doing it. So tape out, the words itself, man. When I was in NCG, I remember the first time I heard tape out. I thought it was a disease, or maybe a new product by 3M. I asked one of my design buddies to go out with me one night and said, I can't. I got tape out. I thought it was like a ringworm or something. As I told you, we just taped out the memory card 2 ASICs, and Dave Brown and his crew, I think they're here, some of them, Lily and Russ and Brian, they all worked really hard to get this thing out on time, and they didn't do it, but that's okay. But I remember coming in here 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'd see Dave here, or Brian, and leave at 8 at night, there'd be somebody here. I remember Dave Brown, even when his wife was pregnant, almost ready to have a baby, he was simulating the read path with one hand while doing Lamaze with his wife on the other hand. Push! Push! I said push! I think it took a total of about an hour off for the whole pregnancy. But I really want to thank Dave for all his hard work, and also I want to thank him for giving me a commitment for the tape-out date, a day after it happened. You guys will get that. So, you guys just had a reorganization, pretty big one. Y'all work for Mark Winston now. How do you guys feel about that? You think that was a good move? George, can you leave the room so they can tell the truth? George, we finally found out what happens to old design managers in MCD. They create artificial positions with phantom staff to do mysterious jobs. He said, he gave me permission to use that one. But Mark's a good guy. Mark's a real good guy. I need both hands for this one. But he's really quiet, especially for an Intel manager. Boy, I'm really cracking Charlie up there. I didn't expect laughter then. It kind of flustered me a little bit. He's a real quiet guy. I've sat right across the hall from him for 4 years. I've never heard him speak. I've seen him speak. He's had one-on-ones in his office. I've heard the other guy, just never heard Mark. In fact, every morning, Mark is so mellow, every morning his wife has to wake him up with high voltage paddles, 20,000 volts. Mark, time to get up, honey. Clear! Honey, breakfast is ready. Clear! He finally wakes up. He says, "Oh, okay, I'm awake now." She goes, "Clear!" then she has to read his lips to figure out if he said anything. Okay, now I'd like to do, if you guys can recover, I'd like to do a couple impressions here. Reduce time to money. Reduce time to money. Right, it's Canada. Oh, I should be smiling when I say that. Reduce time to money. George, I don't really know him that well, but from what I've observed, he's a pretty good manager, or former manager. And he's also still single. I heard the reason he was still single is because when he goes out on a date, takes the girl home, he doesn't make love to her. He just sits on her bed for 4 hours telling her how great it's going to be. But seriously, designers are very good lovers because they never finish anything too early. Okay, another impression. Some of you know who it is. It's Owen playing basketball. Since the Flash hard disk program has started up, I've been working a lot with Steve Wells and his team. Don't worry, it's semi-painless. Steve's a very bright guy, and he's got an outstanding ability to grow a beard. What is that thing, Steve? But you can always tell when Steve has an important meeting with another company. He wears socks. Another guy I worked with quite a bit in my 4 years with Flash is Alan. Oops, I forgot to check the pads, Baker. Alan. First the 512, then the 8 meg. Jesus. What are you trying to do to us here in manufacturing? But Alan's one of the finest dressers in MCD. He's got the biggest collection of white striped shirts and blue pants I've ever seen. Kidding around, Alan. Then, this is great, man. This is an easy audience. I love it. Then there's George Simcoe, the other George. His idea of a good time is to go home and level a small mountain with his bulldozer. After he does that, he chops a cord or two of wood. Shit, that sounds like a lot of work to me, George. I mean, I get winded if I change the channels too fast with my remote. We gotta stop here, honey. Let's watch this for a while. Okay, now we can look at another. I'd like to take a short break here and allow the co-ops to go out and snort coke or whatever. Or whatever they do nowadays. This is a great company, man. Every 3 to 6 months we get a whole nother batch of Biff and Muffy's coming in to work their ass off for Intel. You can always tell which ones they are. They're the ones with pimples and hair. So, last but not least, I'd like to honor the Larson brothers, Pete and Rob. Pete runs the labs in MCD, which might lead you to believe that he's an insignificant zit on Intel's butt. That's not true. That's not true. Don't laugh at that. You guys are mean. You guys are mean. All you designers, you get all this credit. You get these nice plaques with the chip if you do a good job. Well, if you do any job, you get a plaque, right? I mean, if you do a good job as a lab manager, it's kind of like wetting your pants in a dark suit. You get kind of a warm feeling, but nobody really notices. So, and there's Rob Larson. I don't know him that well. I do work with his wife Denise, though. She's one tough lady, boy. She was so tough that she made him take her name when they got married. I don't know if that's true or not. But Rob works with the Japanese on the Sunshine project, and like Rob, I also work with Japanese. My contacts are named Suzuki-san, Kawashima-san, and Ichikawa-san. His contact's named Fred. What's his last name, Rob? Flintstone-san? I've been going to Japan. Boy, there's one weird place. To say tea, they say ocha. You know, to say dog, they say inu. It's like they got a word for everything different than ours. And then their language, it looks like some wise man in ancient times spilt a bowl of uncooked rice. Oh, this one looks like an A. Let's make this one mean Tokyo. They're just trying to confuse us. That's why they're winning the trade war. Well, that and the fact that we have a president who cares more about winning the next election than to improve our industry. Right? Yeah. Get fired up. Yeah. Did you hear about Bush's campaign slogan for '92? It's, if you can't nuke 'em, puke 'em. Pretty sad. Well, you guys probably want to get to the real comedians now, so I'll finish up with a couple jokes. Any requests?
Start up.